Welcome to the Wheel of Question, brought to you by Jazzability Productions. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the fans of all abilities, welcome to another episode of the Wheel Question. And in this podcast episode, we tackle the good, the bad, and the hilarious of the football world. I'm your host, Jazz, and today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's long overdue for some attention. That's right, we're talking about the accessibility game, or should I say, the lack thereof, in the world of football. So grab your scarves, your witty chants, and let's lace up the boots of understanding as we explore disability and football, a match yet to be run. But first, I want to explain why I have been away from podcasting for a while. So yes, I've been missing in action, and let me tell you, I had a chest infection saga that's straight out of the sitcom. Picture this: me wheeled to the doctor's office, bouncing along like a roller coaster, trying to shake that stubborn phlegm loose. And let's not forget the highlight reel of me sounding like a human death rattle. But hey, it wasn't pneumonia, but yay, the small victories. Now I am unable to cough like a regular person. Oh no, instead I had to summon up the powers of the nebulizer and the cough assist. What is a cough assist, I hear you ask? Well, think of a vacuum cleaner that's on steroids to raise raw on that phlegm. Yeah, I was basically coughing up a symphony orchestra. And a shout out to my carers who joined me on this phlegm-busting adventure. You know, it's not every day you find yourself doing nebulizer marathons in the kitchen treatment room, multitasking of its finest. And as if that weren't enough, cue the antibiotic, the ultimate phlegm-busting sidekick. So after what felt like a dozen marathons, or at least reading like I did, I'm well and truly back on this podcasting journey. I've recovered, rejuvenated, and ready to tackle life, phlegm-free, and with stories to tell. So strap in, dear listeners, because this podcast episode is about tackling the good, the bad, and the hilarious of the football world in regard to accessibility and more. And remember, if life throws phlegm at you, just grab a nebulizer and a cough assist, and you'll be ready to face it all. Let's roll. Alright, folks, picture this. You've got your ticket, your lucky sock, and you're ready for some football action. But wait, there's a plot twist. You're a disabled fan, and the stadium is about as accessible as a chocolate teapot. Seriously, some of these grounds are older than your grandpa's joke. They're about as equipped for accessibility as I am for synchronized swimming. But fear not, the football world is starting to get the memo. and they're working on providing ramps, changing rooms, and all that good stuff. Let's just hope they don't run out of their good intentions budget. Now, let's talk about the budget. And I'm not just talking about your match day splurge on hot dogs and scarves. Disabled fans often face a financial hurdle just to attend a game. I mean, come on guys, really? They are already navigating a world that isn't built with them in mind, and now you're also hitting them with the financial tackle too? Let's get our priorities straight, shall we? Accessibility isn't just about getting through the turnstiles. It's about making sure everyone can join the party without breaking the bank. Alright, now imagine finally getting past the accessibility and financial hurdles and making it to the stadium. But wait, where is the support? You're left wandering around like a lost football in a messy midfield. Staff might as well be speaking a different language, and if there's one thing we know, it's that Where's Waldo should never be a game played with accessible facilities. Come on, club, let's step up our game. It's not rocket science, it's just treating everyone like they're actually a part of the team. Moving on to transportation, or as I like to call it, the Great Public Transportation Snafu. I mean, getting to the stadium should be like a victory march, not an obstacle course. If I wanted to navigate stairs like I'm in a game of Super Mario, I'd just stay at home and play video games. Football clubs, listen, it's time to make transportation accessible so everyone can roll, throw, or strut their way to the game without fearing for their lives or dignity. And speaking of dignity, let's talk accommodation. Picture this. You're traveling to support your favourite team, but finding a place to rest your head is like finding a needle in a haystack. I mean, who knew that finding an accessible hotel room would be harder than finding a unicorn in a rainstorm? Football clubs, it's time to strike a deal with the hotels and make sure everyone has a comfy bed to dream about their team's victory, accessible style. Alright, we're getting closer to half time now, and it's time to address ticketing and seating. Disabled fans shouldn't have to jump through hoops, do backflips, and recite Shakespeare just to get a seat in the stand. Let's make sure those accessible seats are primary real estate, not the equivalent of sitting behind a column at a play. And come on, ticketing process, let's be friendlier than a mascot giving out high fives. And now, the halftime whistle is blown. It's time to talk solutions. Football clubs, listen up. Step 1. Get those transportation providers on board. Let's make sure everyone can get to the game without needing a teleportation device. Step 2. Accommodation. Work with hotels. Get them accessibility ready. And make sure they're shouting welcome to all supporters. Step 3. accessible seating, Peter. Let's ensure that every fan, regardless of ability, gets a front row seat to the action. So now, time for the second half to begin. The teams appear on the pitch, and now it's time to unpack the heartwarming stories of wheelchair accessible seating at Premier League Football Club. Yes, it's time to bring the positivity to the game in the second half. And we're talking about seats that don't just provide a view of the pitch, but also a glimpse into the Premier League's commitment to make every fan feel like a true MVP, nice valuable player, I guess, regardless of their mobility. So lace up your podcast listening shoes and let's get the second half started. Now folks, the cheers and the jeers echoing through those football stadiums are nothing short of legendary. But you know what's even more legendary? The fact that Premier League clubs are stepping up their game to ensure that every single fan gets a front row seat to the action. That's right, they're turning the stadiums into hubs of inclusion, where nobody's left hanging on the sideline like a forgotten sock. So hold on to your scarves, folks, because there's more. Premier League clubs aren't just throwing in some wheelchair accessible seats in the corner. Oh no, they're going all out in the name of integration. These aren't just seats, they are woven into the fabric of the crowd. Disabled fans aren't just attendees, they're the backbone of that roaring symphony of voices that make a match unforgettable. It's like these clubs are waving a giant flag that says, "Hey world, inclusion isn't just a buzzword for us. The wheelchair accessible seating isn't a token nod to accessibility. It's a grand statement that every fan matters. It's a declaration that the Premier League isn't just about goals. It's about making sure everyone has a shot at experiencing the magic of the game." Now we all know football teams strategize meticulously on the field, but guess what? They're also strategizing off the field. The creation of these accessible seating areas isn't just a game of musical chairs. It's a symphony of ramps, elevators, and pathways, all harmonizing to ensure that wheelchair users don't just get to the seat, they get to enjoy every single moment without a hitch. Now, let's talk fields. These designated spaces aren't just seats, they're seats that radiate empowerment. Imagine being there, part of the live audience, sharing the cheers and the tears with fellow fans. It's more than just a match. Memory etched in the heart, and those shared moments, well, they're like gold echoing in the minds of these fans long after the final whistle blows. But here's the kicker, my dear listeners. This isn't just about seating arrangement, it's about changing hearts and minds. These clubs are using their colossal platform to shout from the stadium rafters that diversity is cool and acceptance is the MVP. It's a culture that's spreading like confetti from the stands to the streets, making us all take a closer look at how we perceive differences. And the party doesn't end at the stadium gate, my friend. Premier League clubs are sending shockwaves through the accessibility landscape. They're not just setting an example, they're setting a challenge for everyone else. The message? Inclusion isn't a need, it's a necessity. Not only in football, but everywhere. Premier League football, where the excitement never stops and the fans never sit down, unless, of course, they're enjoying the match from some primo accessible seating. Yeah, we're talking about more than just a place to park your backside. We're talking about a revolution that's redefining inclusivity. It's like these clubs are saying, hey barriers, I saw last season, everyone's welcome here. You know what's not cool? Making fans with disability feel like they're sitting in the corner wearing a jeans cap. But fear not, my friend, because Premier League clubs are throwing that notion out like a red card. Accessible seating is their game changer. It's like they're setting up a big buffet table of unity and everyone's invited to chow down on the camaraderie. Remember when accessible seating was like hunting for a unicorn? Not anymore. Premier League clubs are giving these seats a prime time spotlight because they know that every fan deserves to soak up the excitement regardless of their wheels or crutches. It's like they're saying equal fan experience for all and we're not just playing around. Now let's talk practicality, folks. Accessible seating isn't just about the view, it's about the convenience. These seating spots aren't stranded on a deserted island. Oh no, they're often chilling near amenities like a cozy couch at a friend's place. So no more marathon journey just to grab a hot dog. It's all about accessibility without compromise. Oh, can you hear that? It's the sound of walls crumbling down and attitudes evolving. Premier League clubs are using accessible seating to turn the stadium into a classroom for inclusion. They're not just providing seats, they're sparking conversations that ricochet throughout society, making us all think twice about what it means to be inclusive. Alright, ladies and gents, let's talk about the magic of football. It's not just about the goals, it's about the connection. And accessible seating takes that connection to a whole new level. Disabled fans aren't just spectators, they're a part of the tribe united by the game, transcending any differences and showing us all what community really means. It's time to redefine the way we look at being a fan, folks. Accessible seating isn't just about where you're sitting, it's about standing up for inclusion. Premier League clubs are like trailblazers, leading us to a new era of spectatorship, where everyone gets to be a part of the roar, the chant, and the contagious excitement. Before we unravel the magic, let's talk about what companion seats really are. Picture this, a designated spot in the stadium where wheelchair users and their partners in crime can enjoy the game side by side. It's like saying, hey, come share the excitement, because football is best enjoyed with a friend. Now, you know that feeling when you're at a party and everyone's laughing at an inside joke, but you're on the outside looking in. Well, say goodbye to that, because companion seats are all about getting you in on the fun. Premier League clubs are saying, no more isolation, let's create connection, and that's a goal worth celebrating. Now imagine this, the rush of the crowd, the roar of the stadium, and the electric energy in the air. Now imagine experiencing all that with the freedom to share it with someone special. That's the power of companion seats. It's like turning a stadium into a playground of the nation, where every fan can shout and cheer and celebrate without limitation. Who's ready for a fan experience that's bigger, bolder, and better than ever before? With companion seats, disabled fans and their partners become a dynamic duo, sharing in the highs and the lows of the match. It's like a tag team of excitement, where the cheers are doubled and the emotions are off the chart. And now, let's take a moment to give a round of applause to these companion seats for being trailblazers of empathy. They are not just seats, they are catalysts for conversations that go beyond football. These seats challenge stereotypes, break down barriers, and nudge us all to think differently about ability and inclusion. You know that disabled label? Well, companion seats are here to challenge it. They're all about proving that a wheelchair doesn't define a person's ability to enjoy life to the fullest. By plopping these seats right in the middle of the action, Premier League clubs are giving a big old red card to the stigma that's been holding us back. And now, picture a giant quilt, each square representing a span, a connection, a bond. That's what companion seats weave together, a tapestry of unity. Premier League clubs are taking the game to the next level, not just on the field, but in the hearts of fans, making sure everyone is part of the same rolling chant. And now, well, let's talk about architectural wizardry. Premier League clubs are like the Houdinis of inclusivity. Ramps that aren't just a show, elevators that lift more than spirits, and pathways that are wider than a five-a-side field. These clubs are transforming stadiums into accessible playgrounds. Move over, regular doors. It's time for the grand entrance of inclusivity. And now let's give a shout out to our senses, shall we? Premier League clubs are going all out to ensure that the game isn't just seen and heard, it's felt. Audio descriptions for our visibly impaired friends, tactile programs that are like reading Braille with a splash of style. These clubs are making the stadium a symphony of sensations. It's not just a match, it's an inclusive sensory party. Communications, my friend. is key to any relationship, even between fans and their favourite clubs. Premier League clubs are making sure that information isn't just for the chosen few, it's for all. Rail signs are spreading out, "You're welcome here." Visual aids that are saying, "Come, join the conversation." And real-time captions that are turning language into a true game changer. Okay now, who's up for some culture change? Premier League clubs aren't just changing stadiums, they're changing mindset. It's like they're shouting from the rooftop, "Everyone's invited, everyone's celebrated." That culture of reception isn't just confined to the stands. It's seeping into communities, schools, and workplaces. So who's bringing the acceptance cupcake? Now get this, Premier League clubs are like the cool kids in school who stand up for what's right. They're not just providing accessible toilets, they're advocating for a more accessible world, hosting events that stream disability awareness. Come join the party, and partnering with organizations that are fighting for accessibility like they're the latest fashion trend. Time for some empowerment, folks. Premier League clubs aren't just handing out tickets, they're handing out keys to empowerment. Accessible fan zones where the party is open to all, meet and greet with players that are like dream dates come true. These clubs are saying, "You're not just here to watch, you're here to shine." Abilities, my friends, are like a mixed bag of candy. Premier League clubs are celebrating this diversity like it's a gold celebration dance. Through sensory explosions, architectural freak, and communications magic, they're showing us that abilities comes in all shapes, sizes, and flavors. It's like they're saying, "You do you, and we'll celebrate the heck out of it." Now, imagine this. You go into a stadium, and the staff members aren't just there to check tickets. They're your allies on the journey of inclusion. Premier League clubs are raising the bar by training their staff to be more than just crowd navigators. They're creating an army of inclusion champions, ready to welcome everyone with open arms and a friendly grin. And how about personalized support? No, we're not talking about your favorite personalized playlist, but rather the kind of assistance that's tailor-made for every fan's unique needs. Disabled fans, meet your matchday hero. Staff members who are trying to ensure that every fan's experience is nothing short of spectacular. Whether it's guiding fans with visual impairment or leading a hand to those with mobility challenges. These staff members are like matchday magicians. But let's be real, football stadiums can be like a maze, even for the most experienced disabled fans. But they're not, because Premier League clubs are sending out their navigation squad, the Staff Assistance Program. These train navigators are like the GPS of inclusions, leading fans down accessible pathways, elevators, and all the way to the heart of the action. Alright, hold on to your scarves now, because here's where the magic happens. Staff assistance programs aren't just about physical guidance. They're about creating an atmosphere of empathy, like I mentioned earlier. These staff members aren't just experts in accessible routes, they are experts in understanding and connecting. They're like inclusion superheroes, dismantling walls of isolation with every step they take. So next, imagine this. You're at the stadium, eyes glued to the pitch, heart racing with excitement. Now imagine you've got a knowledgeable friend by your side who's ready to assist whenever you need. That's the power of staff assistance program. Disabled fans can kick back, relax, and enjoy the game without worrying about navigating the stadium maze. Premier League clubs aren't just about scoring goals. They're about big points in smashing stereotypes. By putting trained staff members in the spotlight, these clubs are saying, hey, disability is a part of the game, and we're here to prove it. They're breaking down these barriers that have kept fans on the sideline for far too long. It's time to talk about culture change, my friends. Premier League clubs are cultivating a culture where everyone feels at home. Players, fans, and staff are all raising their inclusivity flag high, showing that differences are not dividers, but threads that weave a tapestry of understanding and connection. Now more about inclusivity, particularly the evolution of inclusivity. Picture this: Premier League clubs in their metaphorical brainstorming sessions. But wait, these aren't your ordinary brainstorms, they're storms of inclusion. These clubs realize that inclusivity isn't a one-time deal. It's a game-changing mentality shift. From mere thought to tangible actions, they are embracing inclusivity as a core part of their DNA. And how about teamwork? No, not the kind you see on the pitch, but the collaborative visioning that shaping the future of inclusivity. Premier League clubs aren't making decisions in isolation. They are partnering with disabled fan organizations, accessibility experts, and individuals with disabilities themselves. It's like a giant inclusivity potluck. Imagine a Sherlock Holmes adventure, but instead of solving mysteries, they're solving accessibility puzzles. Premier League clubs are conducting comprehensive accessibility audits. Every nook and cranny of the stadium is scrutinized to identify barriers and make targeted improvements. It's like turning the stadium into an inclusive playground piece by piece. and some ramps that say all are welcome to elevators that are the real game changers. Premier League clubs are designing spaces that caters for everyone. Accessible seating, inclusive restrooms, and sensory spaces that are like relaxation retreats, all designed to create a stadium where everyone can join the party. But you know what's cooler than a football training camp? A staff training camp on inclusivity. Premier League clubs are training the staff members to be more than just information beasts. They're becoming inclusion champions. These training programs are like crash courses in empathy, teaching staff how to create an atmosphere that is warm as a cup of hot cocoa. Now brace yourself, because we're talking about sensory engagement that's out of this world. Premier League clubs are introducing sensory guides, audio descriptions, and quiet zones. It's like they are saying, enjoy the match your way. Whether you are a sensory superstar or just someone who loves multi-sensory experience, these clubs have got you covered. It's time to redesign communication. Premier League clubs are introducing real-time captioning, multilingual materials, and visual aids that make match-day information accessible to all. It's like a language of inclusivity that speaks to everyone, regardless of how they experience the world. Now folks, here's the kicker. This journey doesn't have an end whistle. Premier League clubs aren't just implementing measures, they're continually evaluating, adapting, and fine-tuning. They're saying, we're in for the long haul. The result? A stadium experience that keeps getting better and more inclusive over time. Right, now let's picture this. Behind the scenes of all the glorious football action, there's a silent superhero called the Equality Act 2010. This legislation isn't about fancy words. It's about making sure everyone, yes, everyone, has a front row seat to the beautiful game. Premier League clubs, in their majestic glory, are bound by this act to roll out red carpet of accessibility for disabled fans. Let's talk guides, folks. No, not the how to cook the perfect pasta kind, but the accessible Stadia guide kind. This guide is like the wise old sage that sets accessibility standards for stadiums. It's all about making sure every nook and cranny is designed with inclusivity in mind. From seating arrangement to facilities, these standards are like a magical wand, transforming stadiums into inclusion palaces. So hold on to your seat. Well, maybe not all of them. The Accessible Stadia Guide mandates that at least 1% of seating must be wheelchair accessible. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about giving fans with mobility challenges the front row experience they deserve. So next time you see the wheelchair accessible seats, give them a little nod. They're more than just seats. They're empowerment zones. Now let's imagine a buddy system that extends beyond school field trips. That's the magic of companion seating. Mandated by the rules of inclusivity, it's like saying, hey, no one should enjoy the game alone. Premier League clubs are ensuring that disabled fans can bring their squad along, creating connections that make stadiums feel like a big, welcoming family. But hold on, folks. Communication is a two-way street, and everyone deserves to be part of the conversation. That's why Premier League clubs are required to offer real-time captioning. Imagine watching a match and getting all the info in real time, even if you're hearing impaired. It's like turning the commentary into a universal language of football excitement. You know what they say, evolution is the name of the game. The legal mandates aren't set in stone. They're like a flexible playbook that keeps getting updated. Premier League clubs are in constant loop of evaluation and adaptation. It's like they're saying, we're here to play a long game of inclusivity. Now these legal mandates aren't just about ticking boxes. They're the seeds of cultural revolution. Premier League clubs are taking a dive in the grand theatre of inclusion. It's not just about obeying the rules, it's about embodying the spirit of accessibility and saying everyone is welcome here. Here we go, folks. We're into injury time. Buckle up for the final few minutes of a wild ride through the world of football and accessibility. So I've been a die-hard Liverpool fan since the dinosaurs roamed the air. Well, okay, not so far back, but close enough. Now, imagine being a wheelchair user, rolling into football matches and facing yet more hurdles than a steeplechase. So, once again, just try imagine being a die-hard football fan, right? You're all hyped up, ready to catch the match. But wait for it, you're a wheelchair user. Now, attending those games becomes an Olympic-level challenge because apparently finding a wheelchair space in the Premier League football stadiums is like searching for a unicorn in a hayfield. I mean, seriously, there should be a stadium revolution. Let's talk numbers though. 1,000 wheelchair spaces. That's what I'm pitching. Let them feel the roar of the crowd, be part of the action, and not feel like they're playing a game of Where's Waldo in the stands. Also, it's not just about cheering for your team. It's a whole adventure. Picture this, a 2.5-hour drive, football traffic that moves slower than a snail on a vacation, and an entire day dedicated to the beautiful game. Now, throw in the need for a stop at the services. Disabled toilets, you say? Well, let me tell you, it's like a quest for the Holy Grail. No hoist, no slings, no bed to help. Just a disabled fan trying to tackle the toilet situation like it's a messy dribble. And don't get me started on public transport, trains and buses. I love you, but let's talk accessibility. We're not asking for a red carpet, just ramps, elevators, and toilets that don't require a miracle to use. It's not rocket science, it's basic inclusion 101. So, whether you're at a football stadium or riding the soccer-themed roller coaster of life, let's make sure the disabled community can join the party. Because, let's be honest, everyone deserves a fair shot at toilet triumph and goal celebrations. Alright folks, that's the full-time whistle. Football club, it's time to turn those good intentions into great action. Disabled fans deserve a game that's for everyone, and it's a high time we level the playing field. Now, the past number of years, the Premier League clubs have made great strides in improving facilities, accessibility, inclusivity, and fans' experience for the disabled community. But more needs to be done, especially at football grounds outside of Premier League, as well as some clubs in Premier League itself. So, let's make the football experience a champion of inclusivity, where everyone gets to cheer, cry, and celebrate together. This is Jazz, your host, signing off from the Real Question Kicking Down Barriers episode of this podcast. Until next time, remember, football is more than just a game. It's a community, and everyone deserves a seat at the table, or in this case, the stadium. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show and were able to take away something valuable. I want to remind you to follow me on our social media network to stay connected. On Facebook, you can find me at The Real Question. On Twitter, you can find me at Real Question. On Instagram, you can find me at The Real Question. You can also email me at therealquestion@gmail.com. Keep engaged with me online, as I would love to hear from you. And who knows, I may even reply. Your follow, likes and shares make all the difference and really help to build up this podcast and help it grow. So please spread the word. I would really appreciate it. Also, please subscribe to my podcast so that you'll be notified when a new episode is online to listen to and enjoy. Also, check back soon for more episodes. Until then, stay safe and thanks again for listening.